The Guild of Merchant Explorers is an exploration and pattern movement and route building game released in 2022 and designed by Matthew Dunstan and Brett J. Gilbert, with art by Gerald Landman. The goal is to build trade routes, discover villages, reach the watchtowers at the far corners, and unearth buried treasure, all of which gain you various amounts of victory points, which, as we know, is the currency of the future. To set up, place the exploration board in the middle of the table, placing the era cards on the matching spaces. Take the one era card and shuffle it with the 5 basic explore cards to form the exploration deck, setting that nearby. Shuffle the investigate and treasure deck separately and place those nearby. Choose a map to play on and give each player a copy of it. Then draw 3 matching goal cards randomly and place these face up near the board. Each player chooses an available color and takes the corresponding 13 village tokens and 36 explorer cubes. Place the discovery towers and all tokens and coins in reach of all players. There is no first player as turns are played simultaneously. Time to hit the old dusty trail to commerce. In the Guild of Merchant Explorers, players represent a team of mapmakers and travelers setting out across land, sea, and distant city in an effort to restore trade and communication across the kingdom at the behest of the Queen. The game is played over 4 rounds or eras, which each consist of several turns, where the top card of the exploration deck is revealed, and players place explorers on their own maps on terrain spaces matching the card. At the start, they can only place explorers adjacent to their capital city. On later turns, they may place adjacent to existing explorers or even discovered villages. Villages are discovered when every space in a region, a contiguous group of spaces with the same terrain type, have been explored, and the player replaces one of those explorers with a village token. This will earn them some coins, as will exploring noted spaces, and some cards from the treasure deck, which are drawn by any player who explores a ruined space. The treasure cards can also have endgame scoring options. When a new era card is revealed, each player draws 2 investigate cards and chooses one to keep, placing it next to the corresponding era space of their map, and then exploring as indicated on the card. In later rounds, that era card will simply reactivate the corresponding investigate card. Once any players meet the requirements for a goal, they immediately place one of their explorers on the higher coin value. Anyone completing it on a future turn receives the lower value. Players also earn coins from reaching the discovery spaces in the corners, as well as connecting cities to each other. Once the exploration deck is empty, the era ends. Players remove any explorers, but not villages, from their map. The next era card is shuffled into the exploration deck, and a new round begins. At the end of the 4th era, the game ends, and players count up their coins, including any endgame treasure cards. The player with the most coins wins, with ties broken by most discovery towers, and then by most villages. Otherwise, share the victory. Yay, free trade! I realize when the phrase economic board game is uttered, 2 things are likely to happen. The first and most common thing will be someone saying, like Monopoly, while the second thing is almost everyone else slapping their knees followed by a, well. But don't run. This is only tangentially about commerce and trade. It's closer in DNA to a dudes on the map, minus the whole war thing. It can be extremely electrifying to emplace explorers in an efficient and efficacious execution of examinatorial, routes, and then start the next round with a bevy of options. Alternatively, you can step on your own toes and have to begin each era from the same starting point. Maybe cartography isn't on your vision board, and maybe I'm always game.